We're back here on our program talking fashion today, and we have wonderful guests who come to us in this program, courtesy of Bianca Nygard, and it's a pleasure to have them here today talking about fashion, finding the talent that we have in the Bahamas, and according to Pat Jarosz, we have a very impressive talent pool. And so there are some more testimonials. Let's listen to some of them right now, and we'll continue our discussion.
Hi, my name is Jazzy Davis, and I recently participated in the acting workshop held by Pat Jarosz with Choice Model Management. And it was honestly a life-changing experience, and I learned so much about self-taping auditions so that I can send them to projects who have casting calls internationally. And being a part of Book It Talent Choice now really opens new doors and new opportunities for me in terms of casting calls, in terms of getting booked and being a part of big projects and pursuing acting as a career.
My name is Carissa Brogdon and I'm 17. This workshop was my first experience with acting. I would like to thank Pat for traveling all this way to help us all with our acting and self-taping. My favorite part of this workshop was when she told us to pick an animal that best represented our character. And when our animal was put up against our partner's animal, it was very easy to see which character was more dominant in the scene. I think that it's very important to know your character's personality and to know your role in whatever scene you're playing. I think that this will help all of us tremendously in our acting careers. So I would just like to say thank you, and thank you so much for opening these doors for me. I think this is an incredible opportunity, and I look forward to working with you.
Pat is beyond talented. I know you don't hear that much in the context of managers and agents. It's usually the talent, but talented she is. And what she's talented at is giving you detailed nuances of how to deal with an audition piece, with a scene, as well as presenting expert, detailed instruction on how to self-tape an audition, a staple now in the industry. I couldn't be more pleased at the prospect of being represented by Pat.
Well, Pat, you are very keen on coming back to the Bahamas, I'm told.
I sure am.
Well, and you are going to go to other islands of the Bahamas, hopefully?
I am going to leave it to these wonderful two to get me to see everybody from all of the islands. Absolutely. So I'm going to be coming back in October for two reasons.
Okay.
One reason is, as I had mentioned earlier, I have been inspired and have put together a TV series idea. So we are going to come to film the promotion. There's a couple of actors that I know for sure that I would like to star in it, and there will be auditions coming up for the other roles. Once we do have a network production company that has agreed to film it, of course it will be filmed here in the Bahamas, and there will be many, many, many roles for the amount of episodes that we will be contracted. Mm-hmm. And also I would like to meet more people who are interested in acting, and I'm going to be doing more of the workshops. So it is really through these workshops that I can see who does have the true talent. And you know, people think that just because they have a natural talent, that's all they need. Yes, of course they need natural talent. They need dedication, but they need to know how to take their natural talent and perfect it to totally become the particular character. And when I'm suggesting to casting directors all over North America, they want to know that this talent is dedicated and they do know what they are doing. Of course, they trust my opinion, but they want to see on the resume that they have had some sort of training. They want to see on their site, on their profile, a great taped audition that shows how they can act. So it really is important to have some training. They don't have to spend, $10,000 or even $1,000 on it, but they do have to have some sort of training. I mean, my world is now the acting world, so that's what I'm going to talk about. Their world is the modeling world, and I haven't been the modeling world for 20 years now, so I always will put it over to them. But as far as in the acting world, they really do need to have some workshops so that casting understands that they do know.
On their resume.
Yeah, on their resume. They do know how to properly take a role and bring it to life.
Very good. And are you working your agency with any of the theaters in Nassau or Grand Bahama?
Well, actually, we have been getting a lot of castings from the Dundas. We had
Productions that show at the Dundas. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Very good.
So we have like Pat said, I mean, the variations from teens to preteens to the little ones to older persons. We have several persons who are signed with us who actually are.
They're already involved in theater groups.
Yeah,
some that are auditioning for Shakespeare in Paradise, and they're already involved in the theater world too. And they're also helping to recruit people over, because they want it to thrive as well. But yeah, I mean, we also have been reaching out more and more to those people to let them know we're here. And we love our actors to have that stage, experience too. It's helpful.
And you seem to have all ages involved, eh?
Absolutely. Well, we watch TV shows, we watch movies, we see advertisements.
Yes.
It is all ages, from the little ones to the preteens to the teens, 20s, and all the way up. We need grandparents in TV series and films, and we need parents and friends and neighbors and family members. So absolutely, there is no age cap on acting. You can act all the way through to, if you have the energy to do it when you're in your hundreds, come on down. I'd love to meet you, because there's roles for that too. There's no age cap, none at all. Yes, yeah.
And the compensation is good.
Yes.
Yes?
Yes. I don't have my little exact notes, but I can tell you generally for a U.S. series or film, if you're starring in it, it could be up to $5,000 a day plus advance on residuals. If you are recurring, it's between $3,000 and $4,000 a day, and then if
filming over months too.
Yeah, filming over months.
Yeah.
And there's advance as well. And in Canada, it's less. It's like $800. It's just Hollywood to Hollywood North is a lot different. So definitely the best paying are the American productions, but we have some wonderful Canadian productions as well. And even though the money is less, they are still, world respected TV series. But most of the films are all out of Hollywood. So you're looking at between $3,000 and $5,000 a day, plus advancing on residuals, which is another whole story. But it could be anywhere up to, more likely with advance on residuals, anywhere up to $6,000 and $10,000 a day to shoot.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the level of enthusiasm that you see here can only grow, eh?
Yes, and then of course all these people have waited so long for this chance too. Like there's been people that have been trying and trying for a decade, to get seen or do anything, and so the overwhelming emotion that's come out, even in her workshops.
Yes.
Just introducing themselves because they were so bottled up and ready for this moment. So it's, I think I don't know if you get that the same way in the States, because there's open calls and things going on.
Never have I been with a group of people, and again, it was ages from, the youngest was 6, and the oldest
was 50.
50.
Okay.
So from 6 to 50, and there's a part of it where I want everybody to introduce and just tell something about themselves, personally. And never have I experienced. It was such a beautiful moment.
We were all
crying.
Yeah,
The mothers, because mothers, you know what? Come on in. If you want to attend the characterization workshop, come on in. The mothers were crying. It was such a beautiful moment that I've never had that.
And why were they crying?
because what they dreamed of can actually become a reality now.
Yeah, and they were being heard, and they didn't feel judged in the room.
Yes,
That was another
yes,
big thing.
yeah.
Nobody was judging anyone. I mean, she had an exercise where everybody had to act like an animal on the floor for like 3 minutes.
I know it sounds funny, but there's a reason.
And they immersed
to
the character, but nobody was laughing at each other. No one was judging each other.
No,
Like the whole
yeah.
room was so comfortable, and so I think they felt comfortable to express how they were really feeling. And yeah, it was a beautiful day.
You had some deep revelations.
Yeah.
Within the introductions, I mean, from people expressing, you know, the battle with depression and anxiety and bullying, and so I mean, it just took a whole
like they
different
found
turn.
their home. You know,
Yes.
like they never
Yeah.
felt accepted in life, and now they feel like they've found, you know,
And like-minded people.
Exactly. Yeah, it was just a really, inspiring day.
It was amazing.
So if you want to join up with our workshops, though, they'll be happening again in October.
Yes.
Acting workshops again, where Pat will be scouting for more talent. The dates will be announced, so you can follow our social media pages, or you can apply right from cmmagency.com. And Pat's site is patjarosz.com
Yes,
as well.
there'll be a link.
So, and then we're also on Instagram and Facebook too. Yeah.
So the word has gotten out.
Yes.
And,
Yes,
you-
all the way to Canada.
yes. You know, there have been agencies in the Bahamas in the past, but none has been as progressive as yours, eh?
Yes, well, that was one of the things once Pat and I started to communicate prior to her coming here. I had to express to her, you know, it's just so funny how the culture works here, because people are so over being scammed and, you know, being lured into things that they think something is going to come out of it great, and then when they get there, it's just all a can of worms. So one of the things for us, especially with Stephanie and myself, once we do our planning portion of it, we have to put the proof in the pudding. We have to bring it. And a close synopsis that I brought to Pat's attention was a few years ago. I did an event, and I brought every single thing that was promised in that booklet to the stage. Till the parents was like, oh my God, we can't take it home. We don't have a ride. That's not our responsibility. We promised it, we delivered it, and now it's your opportunity to take it and run with it. So that's the concept that we are actually doing now at Choice Model Management. Like you said, there are several agencies out here, and you hear so many horror stories. I mean, we have talent who come to us in tears because they feel like, you know, their opportunity has been ruined. So we have to then go into the process of trying to win back that person's confidence because, you know, what happened to an agency prior. So definitely we thrive on
so many
staying
models we've
above.
met for the first time who have done it for a while here, and they have this skeptical look.
Yes.
The whole time you're talking to them, and you can see it, and you're just like, oh.
Well, as much as I didn't
you
know,
need to change that thinking because it's going to be okay.
yes, as much as I didn't know what to expect, either did they. And while I'm starting the workshops, you see their faces totally change.
Yeah, like this is for real. Like their light bulb went off.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So as much as I didn't know, either did they, and it was a whole light bulb. But
And
again,
they didn't expect to be represented. So that
yes,
was a
yes,
huge
we were
surprise
keeping
and
that.
exciting
We were
for
keeping
them.
that quiet
Yeah.
because, again, I didn't really know if I was
What
going
you
to find
find.
anybody.
Yeah, I know.
But again, it goes to the point that Gerard and Stephanie, we discussed it. The proof is in the pudding. Lots of people can go ba 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 ba, and that's all it is. But even with me coming here, I watched what they did in the months previous to, and what they said, they do. So, and they explained to me, okay, all the skepticism, whatever, when you're going to come, people are going to see, it's all for real, and I am going to do what I say I'm going to do. I'm going to be suggesting, I'm going to send choice submission reports at the end of every month so they know exactly who has been suggested for what role, and sometimes they'll be asked to audition right away, and sometimes it takes time, but they will know. They will know it's black and white proof that Pat is doing exactly what she said she is going to do.
And we know it because she's been putting Joanna Broughton up for roles,
Yes.
and she submitted Layla and a couple others for Coming to America too. And so we know
So the
that
ball's
we
already
already knew that
Yeah.
because she was already representing
Very
Joanna.
good,
to an
very
extent.
good.
Yeah,
So tremendous opportunities for Bahamians, eh?
Yes.
Yeah.
yes.
Thank you. Good. Very good. Thank you so very much for being here today.
yeah,
Thank
thanks
you
for
for
having
having
us.
Having us.
And we wish you all the best as you move from strength to strength.
Yep.
And so we'll see you in October.
Yes, and we'll be looking forward to having some actors on who are having
Yeah,
amazing
that'd be a great
opportunities
idea. We
as
should
well.
bring some
Very
on.
good.
because-
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you for being here today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching and listening. Good evening, everybody.